Good day, everybody, and welcome to Miss Valley Entertainment News. My name is Dread. Hey, it's early for me, and I'm still working on my first coffee, so bear with me. But I had to jump in immediately because, look, if you know my channel at all, you know it's a small little channel. We're just starting out. We're covering a lot of Starfield, considering I didn't buy the game. Okay, but I think Starfield is one of these potential turning points, maybe not for the industry, but for consumers and people. Um, there is a chance, I think, to really step back and look at games and say to yourself as a consumer, do I want to keep purchasing funding games that don't meet certain standards? Now, if you're okay with games not meeting those standards as long as you have fun, I understand completely. But some people, I think, are getting to the point, and if their voices are loud enough, maybe consumers can start to make changes to the industry here. So we have more games that are like Baldur's Gate 3 that come out as completed games. Nothing's going to be added to it. Oh, but yes, there are bugs, but we will immediately, within 2 days, be fixing those bugs and continue to work at fixing all the bugs there are and get those fixes out quickly, um, as opposed to Bethesda. So let's talk about this. Honestly, I see a lot of Asmongold's stuff come across my stream here. Not my stream, my YouTube. Uh, yeah, you know what I'm saying. The thing, over here where I see the YouTube videos. That, yeah, it's early. I can't help it. I see a lot of Asmongold's videos there, and he talks a lot about Starfield right now. If he's talking a lot about Starfield right now, and he's especially pointing out the negative, then A, there's controversy, and B, this is important. Okay? So if you're not paying attention specifically to me, pay attention to what Asmongold is paying attention to, because that's probably where your focus should be. So I'm going to react today to Anon's brutal review of Starfield. Okay, this is by Asmongold under Asmongold Clips here on YouTube. Let's go. Just making sure my desktop audio is loud enough. I'm turning my headphones up. Okay, here we go.
7 years of development, 1 year delay. Still a buggy mess compared to other games. People only praise it because it's better than Fallout 76. You can
Now, I haven't played any of the Fallout games. I do own two of them that I bought cheap, never played them, never installed them. But yes, I've heard about the Fallout 76 and how incredibly bad it was. Sorry, I have to interject because I am reacting to this.
better than Fallout 76. You can actually start the game. Bricks your PC. Same engine since 2006. Graphics are already outdated. Make sure to have your RTX 4080 or it won't run. Capped at 30 FPS on a barely 3-year-old console.
Yeah, those are some bad things. Graphics already outdated. That's a really good way to put it if you look at the graphics for the game. For me, they're comparable. They're comparable to the Outer Worlds, except they're really washed out looking. Not nearly as colorful, but and the Outer Worlds was fine. It is what it is. I don't consider the Outer Worlds a AAA title. Okay, so I consider it, I guess, a double A title. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's how I consider it. It's not a huge game, but it was a fun game. It's one of those rare space games that I actually got to play and enjoy because it was very lighthearted and had great characters. Okay, that's why I enjoyed it, and you get through the story fairly quickly. Now, so graphics already outdated. Yeah, I would agree that the graphics don't look very good. And capped at 30 FPS on a barely 3-year-old console. I don't know a lot about consoles, but if you're only getting 30 FPS, I know what that does as soon as you get into any kind of battles and fights and stuff. That looks shit. That just looks like shit.
Companies still can't optimize their games. No facial expressions.
Oh.
Starfield.
Oh.
10 guns in the entire game.
Oh. So companies still can't optimize their games. He's just reading these out. This is hard to react to it when all he's doing is reading them. No facial expressions. Again, I haven't played this game, but I've seen clips. Now that I think about those clips I've seen, other than the people walking by and their eyes still looking at you over to one side or the other with these huge wide eyes, he's right. There's no facial expressions. And Starfield, that's the eyes thing. People just staring, wide eyed staring. 10 guns in the entire game. I don't know if that's true or not, but interesting.
The same gameplay loop since early 2000. Basically Call of Duty, you just have to wait longer between releases. Engine was outdated 10 years ago.
10 years ago? More than that. Well, no, I guess that's fair. I guess when Skyrim engine came out, it wasn't considered a failure or outdated. And just a couple of years after it was. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Voice actors for every character. It just works. The most boring setting without any new ideas or innovation.
That's a good one. He's really leaning forward now. I think he's just having trouble seeing the screen, but he's getting excited. The most boring setting without any new ideas or innovations. So, people watching this video, what do you think about that? Is that true? Seems to me that a lot of those planets are pretty boring and no new ideas or innovations. I know people say they stole some stuff from No Man's Sky and didn't do it as good. Oh, that's right underneath there. Oh, geez. That's where I heard that already. I just saw that. Is there any new ideas or innovations in this game?
Stolen gameplay from No Man's Sky just made worse. Can't manually land on planets. Can't manually take off from planets. Same dungeon, cave, house layout on every planet.
Can you imagine if they had not released this game for another year? Can you imagine if they'd held off one more year and still released it basically like it is, okay? Because I've seen the clips for Star Wars Outlaw. All right? You can at least get in your ship and literally take off into space with it. How can Bethesda games right now not do that when there is gameplay of a game still in development that can? I'm going to give you a little hint. It's their engine. Their engine is shit. And that goes back to same engine since 2006 and, been outdated for over 10 years.
Same enemy placement on every planet. Same treasure locations on every planet. Can't even walk around a planet because you'll hit an invisible wall. Games are only popular because of the community. Their source code is so shit, a teenager can make mods for it.
I'm watching Asmongold as he reads this, but I'm not really getting much from him, but other than, like I say, reading it. Let's talk about that. Games are only popular because of the community, and their source code is so bleep, a teenager can make mods for it. Those are interesting takes. Let's talk with the source code first. I'm not a game designer, but I've always thought about it as they release their code and stuff so that people they make it so that people can easily mod their games. But I guess the other way of looking at it is, yes, a teenager can look at what they've done and instantly sit down and write a mod for the game to make the game better. So a teenager can understand their source code, and a teenager can, in one day, use that source code to make something in the game better than the team that made the game made it. Think about what that says, first of all, and then go back to games are only popular because of the community. Well, that's a little bit of a stretch, but it's also partially true, I would say. So not only popular because of the community, but I would say that is true in that there's a community of people who love the games or at least one of the games and have loved, therefore love the Bethesda, the company. And so, that's that is the hype train. They are the hype train behind these games, and the rush to buy it, and you got to be one of the in kids and have this game and play this game. So that's partially true. Obviously, a lot of people just enjoy the games too. So whatever.
Community would rather that they don't even update their own game. Just don't touch it, guys. Please stay away.
At least I get a little facial reaction out of Asmon on that one, and that is so true. You know, if you go back to Skyrim, that's my Bethesda experience. Skyrim, we don't want Bethesda to patch or update their game because every time they do, they break all the consumer mods, all the community mods, right? So, yeah, please don't touch it. He's absolutely right. Let us do it. Let us make this game better. Leave it alone.
Instead, download the community patch. Bro, it's really cool. Just download this pack of 280 mods, 16 times the detail, 10 DLCs which add stuff that mods added years ago, pink paint armor for $5, Anniversary Edition with all DLCs in 2033, Galaxy Edition in 2040 with all DLCs plus fishing.
Okay, so this is some funny stuff that the reviewer added in. Like, I don't think we have 16 times the detail of what. I don't understand that. But 10 DLCs would add stuff the mods added years ago. Yeah, pink paint armor for $5, Anniversary Edition, Galaxy Edition. They're making fun of what they've done with Skyrim, and rightly so, because they've sold Skyrim like a kabillion times. Yeah, yeah. This is why I say Bethesda's a good company at some things and a really shitty, terrible company at other things. And I think they're predatory the way they sell and resell the same crap to people. But at the same time, that crap has appeal.
People get mad if you say it's a 7 of 10 game at best. People afraid of leaks because they show that no progress was made since 2006. Biggest game yet. Open world, but still tens of loading screens in between locations. Can't seamlessly enter a house in 2023.
Yeah, you actually have to go into a house and it loads the house in, you get to wait through a loading screen? Is that actually true? Like, that's terrible. That's ridiculous.
Fast travel puts you outside of a house, so you have to go through another loading screen. No good games for the past 17 years. People never change.
Well, okay, no good games for the past 17 years. That's completely subjective. Skyrim was a great game, for instance. Again, my experience, Skyrim was a great game. Skyrim was also a terrible game. And I've said this many times on my streams and my videos for Skyrim. It is the best game out there and the worst game out there. It is my favorite game and the worst game I've ever played all at the same time. So take that as you will. People never change. It seems Bethesda as a studio really has it, and they haven't learned anything from their mistakes. They haven't improved on their mistakes. They've just doubled down on everything because it works. Because people buy this stuff, so let's just do it the same way. Except we'll do it in space, where it's even more boring. Hey, whatever. It works for them, doesn't it? They make shitloads of money.
Damn. I guess this guy probably got his $100 back, huh?
Anybody out there refunded Starfield? Probably not a lot of you. Probably a few, but probably not a lot. Anyways, this is Anon's or Anonymous's brutal review of Starfield. It is pretty brutal. It's also a little tongue-in-cheek, but it hits a lot of nails on the head at the same time. I can't really disagree with most of it. Never having played it, but from what I've seen from clips and pieces of Starfield, I can't disagree. But I know a lot of you out there will, because you will defend Bethesda and defend Starfield. And you know what? If you just plain old like the game and you don't care about any of the bugs or issues, cool. You feel like your $100 is well spent, cool. That's entirely on you, and that means you're going to like and enjoy the game. You're going to rate it much higher than others would. That is a personal preference. I get it. Please don't jump on me and shit on me for not liking the game and not wanting to buy the game, and thinking, a lot of you, well, some of you anyways got took, but at least some of you can get your money back. I hope for a change in the gaming industry so that this kind of shit doesn't happen. What you should have got was a kick-ass Starfield game. Yeah, it's always going to be a little boring out in space, but it should have been kick-ass. None of that fucking loading screen shit going in and out of houses. None of this, you can't take off and you can't land on the planet, you know, manually, or any of that shit. That shit's all possible. That is lazy fucking company. Okay? It's giving you the bare fucking minimum after 7 years of development. Uh, no facial animations. Everybody just staring. The fact that you can like shoot your guns all around a police officer or cop's feet. They don't do a fucking thing. Terrible AI. Still the same fucking terrible AI. The same terrible fucking engine. People, this is Starfield. This is what you get for $100 from Bethesda. You know who Bethesda is, right? They're the people with their hands in your wallet constantly. For Mist Valley Entertainment News, my name is Dread, and this has been Asmongold's look at Anon's brutal review of Starfield and my look at it. Bye bye.